Good morning and welcome to A Closer Look. I'm your host, Linda Fontaine. Today, my special guest is Sullivan County Mayor Richard Venable. Thank you for being here today, Richard. I really appreciate it. Getting in just in time before the bad weather comes our way.
Good morning, Linda. It's a pleasure for me to be here. It's Tennessee weather. We may get a tan tomorrow afternoon.
That's true. That's true. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's start off with the new state-of-the-art high school.
Well, we're really excited about it, Linda, and quite honestly, it's more than a high school. It's a statement by Sullivan County, I think, that we value technology, we value the opportunities to train our kids to work or to go to college. And so a joint effort between the Sullivan County Commission and the Sullivan County School Board has resulted in just a great high school, state of the art.
Now, I have a friend that got to tour it, and she said it was just unbelievable. Tell us about some of the things in it. She mentioned something like a little coffee shop or something like that.
Oh, they do have a common area where they can buy coffee or buy snacks, and it's you can be out in the whole area, or you've got a small area that you can sit in. If you have a few friends you want to talk to or go over classes and things of that nature. Have a cafeteria, largest restaurant in Sullivan County, and they serve thousands of meals a day. So there's a lot of freedom for the young people to make choices, and they make good choices. So we obviously we have the latest technology in the school. Like I say, we're proud of it. We think it makes a statement for Sullivan County to businesses that want to locate here. Oh
yeah, that'll make a big difference. People will be impressed to send their kids there. That's for sure. Let's talk about the jail. Now, that's a big project that we've got going on. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on with that. Is there going to be any future tax property increases, anything like that?
Well, Linda, I've been working on this jail since 2014. Yeah. And last week, we got the opportunity to issue a letter of intent to a builder who has the low bidder on the project. So we're ready to break ground on the jail. We're building adjacent to the old jail, so we're not giving up anything, and we're just getting new beds, 540 plus beds, and we have 614 there now. So we'll solve our overcrowding problem. We'll have opportunities to work with inmates to prepare them to go back into society.
Nice.
In conjunction with that, we're working with the governor and a regional effort to have a drug treatment center. So we're hoping we get people out of jail into treatment so they don't come back and see us.
Oh, that would be nice. So that's a big, tall order you've got there. So I guess those things are going to be coming in place. When are you expecting this to take place, this expansion?
Well, the bid was actually for 1,045 days. The contractor said, I can finish your jail and have it to you in 1,045 days from the time you say go. We said go last week, so we can look a little over 3 years.
Oh, all right, very good. And that'll be some more jobs too, I'm thinking.
Well, it could possibly be, Linda, but we probably will be able to save a lot of labor in the jail because the jail, again, is a state-of-the-art jail. I've toured 2 jails in Georgia that have used this method of construction, and it takes a lot less to oversee a lot more prisoners.
Oh, so interesting.
So we might actually have fewer corrections people because of the design of the jail.
So are we going to be able to come into budget with this? We don't need to do any property tax increases or anything like that?
No, we issued an $80 million bond over 2 years ago to build this jail, and we've had the money in the bank, and we're going to pay for it. Now, we've had some cost increases over the last 3 years. As anybody that's been building knows that prices have just gone out the roof. So our bids that came in were considerably higher than we had expected, but we're in pretty good shape now. $15 million short on an $80 million issue, so you can figure the percentages. It's possible that some future commission to finish the jail might have to look at that, but we're hopeful that we can handle it within our budget. But I would not promise people that.
Gotcha.
We had projected about a $71 million cost, and the lowest bid came in at $88 million. So you can see the difference. And Hamlin County down in Morristown had the same thing happen to them. Their bid increased by 30%. Ours was a lot less than that. But again, we'll be ready to move in 3 years.
Very good. Let's talk about this exciting new development, the Aerospace Park. Tell me about that.
That's real exciting, and you're exactly right. To those of us who are involved in recruiting business, to have that in our toolbox, 140 level acres with infrastructure in it,
Wow.
all the sewers, all the water, and it's connected to the runway. It's a unique product in the country. There's probably not another place like that that's available to people in the aerospace industry. So we have a vigorous marketing program going on at Tri-Cities Airport, and it was a joint effort between Johnson City, Washington County, Sullivan County, Kingsport, and Bristol. And we all funded it with an $8 million contribution. The state government made a contribution also.
So what all will this entail, this Aerospace Park? What will it entail? What will be happening there?
Well, I guess the best example would be Honda Jet. I recruited Honda Jet in 2014 to come here. We didn't have level land around the airport. We had land, but it was going to take some development cost. So they ended up going over to North Carolina. They still come over here and do their ground testing. So we're still on the Honda list. And we'd like to recruit them. They're building the aeroplane in North Carolina. Engine companies, all aerospace industry. We have Bell Helicopter here in Piney Flats. So we're looking forward to having aerospace companies come here, and that's who we're recruiting.
I would love that. That'd be fantastic. When are we thinking this is going to happen?
Well, we've completed the grading. It's done. It's ready for its first customer.
Oh,
Now,
good.
the next thing we might consider is, do we need a building out there to attract somebody? You take a little bit of a risk if you build a building, building it for the specs that somebody needs. But we're marketing it. It's being marketed by the airport very aggressively.
Well, let me mention a little bit about the casino. I know that's not in Sullivan County, but it will impact us.
We're excited about the casino. It's in Virginia, but it's certainly going to, I think it's going to impact the entire area. I can envision a time when we'll have flights, instead of originating here and going to Las Vegas, we'll have flights originating other places and coming into Tri-Cities Airport. That'll help our airport grow. It'll help our air service grow. Obviously, the industry, hotel industry, is going to benefit from that. And Bristol's just building a new Holiday Inn Express downtown Bristol. So you'll see a lot more of those things if they're successful in that effort. It'll be a good impact. Now there's always a downside to any project, but I don't think we have the crime problem that they have in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and I think we have better law enforcement than they have in those places.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So before we go, we got another minute or two. Let's touch on Omicron a little bit. How's Omicron impacting things in Sullivan County? Well,
for the last 2 years, I have a Friday morning meeting at 8 o'clock with the director of my health department and our medical director, and they bring Mayor Shaw, Mayor Luttrell, and myself up to date on where Omicron is. We have that in the morning, but I'm like everybody else. I see these numbers that are on TV and the increase of numbers of patients. The good part, Linda, is that we don't have as many people dying. This entire 2 years, people are going to get sick, and we realize that, but people don't need to needlessly die, and we have a opportunity to handle that. So hopefully it's going to peak and go back down.
Well, very good. It's been a pleasure catching up with you a little bit on this. I know you have an election coming up in May, so we want people to get out there and vote. Taxes are due soon. I know that's coming up in February. Now, how can people get a hold of you if they need to get in touch with your office?
Well, my phone number is listed in the book. It's 423-323-6417. They can get on they can email me at mayor@sullivancountytn.gov, and we're always happy to hear from them. Always available.
Very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. We need to have you on more often so we can catch up on how everything's going with all these great projects we've got in the works. Thank you for being here today.
No problem.